That lovely creature doing a sing rap song is Erica Jane of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The song is called Expensive. It opens with the line, but JJ's like an anaconda, I will put it on ya, and so forth. Now, how was this video? It has 37 million views and has many other videos like it financed this man, Tom Girardi.
People are always like, oh, you guys don't see each other a lot. But when we do see each other, it's 100% full-on attention. I love you. Thank you for meeting me.
Can you imagine?
Mr. Girardi. Hey, baby.
Hi, babe.
Nice to see you.
Hi, hon.
Thank you.
Her client that she married, husband. Women in LA don't date, they have clients. Her client that she married, Tom Girardi. And the reason I'm telling this story is these are the bad people of Los Angeles that only exist here, that are so horrible and so obsessed with getting attention for themselves. So Tom Girardi was one time he was he might have been the most esteemed personal injury, basically, attorney in California or in LA. He was credited on the movie, if you remember the movie Aaron Brockovich. It was about people in a town winning a $400 million settlement because the land in their town had been polluted and people were getting cancer. Well, he was associated with that case.
Former attorney and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills husband Tom Girardi has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. Last August, he was found guilty of stealing $15 million from his clients. Now, his defense team had been asking that he remain at a medical facility because of dementia.
1970, became the first California attorney to win $2 million medical malpractice cases. He sued Boeing, Martin Lockheed, Pacific Gas, the LA Transit Authority, and all 7 of Hollywood's major studios. The Aaron Brockovich case, $460 million they won. In 2003, he got inducted into the Trial Lawyer Hall of Fame. And the culmination, or at least the biggest case, in 2007, he was one of a team of lawyers who got a $4.85 billion settlement on behalf of plaintiffs. There was some pain medication called Vox. He, of course, was in Democratic Party politics, gave millions of dollars, etc. He married this Erica Jane in 2000. So he was kind of at the peak of his fame and earning. And he marries this 28-year-old. She wants to be a celebrity, like all these girls do, with no talent. So he funded her career, and she eventually gets on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and they're all horrible on there.
For the first 10 years of our marriage, I was by Tom's side. I was even the first lady of a couple legal organizations. Imagine that. Boy, they hated my ass. Still do.
I have to be at the Inner Circle meeting.
That's in Del Mar, right?
In Del Mar.
Maybe I can jump on the small plane and meet you down in Del Mar. We have 2 airplanes in the family, so, the little one is more regional and the larger one is cross-country in Europe.
Start to think she was a bad person because what did Tom Girardi do? Well, things start to go off the rails as he's promoting, as he's nearing his 80th birthday. As you can see in this loving footage, the two of them had a interesting relationship. Bad publicity starts coming out on Girardi. So mind you, he's in these personal injury cases. He's representing people like who get cancer when they're 25 and they're told they have 10 years to live because of some pollution. People whose mother dies in a plane crash, like real victims. And so often children that need, their parents have been killed and they're going to be deprived of the lifetime earnings of their children. So while he's funding this Erica Jane, they bought a mansion in Pasadena, dumping millions into her music career, into her jewelry collection, into her having a great life. He's being the most bestest trick ever. He's stealing these settlements. Now, whether he just got himself into an overly expensive lifestyle or the big settlements just weren't coming in, he went from being one of the most respected lawyers to all of a sudden he's just lying about because when you get a settlement, it goes to the lawyer and then he takes his cut and he gives it to the people. All that stuff should happen within, a couple days, right? 2020, December 2020, he gets his assets frozen. A judge in Chicago says that he had stolen, misappropriated at least $2 million in funds that were due to families killed in plane crash in Indonesia. So again, these are parents who have children. Like, you're stealing from people that need the money to support a lifestyle. So that happened in December 2020. Guess what happened in November of 2020? Erica Jane filed for divorce. That she probably knew his assets were about to get frozen. And once that happened, she didn't need it no more. Or she didn't need him no more, I should say. And so to me, someone like Girardi, I'd studied criminal cases and I know about a lot of stuff. The more I know and study and older I get, normal adults that are part of the system, lawyers, crooked police, politicians, they're the worst people of all, really. Which is not to say the criminals aren't bad, but to be a guy you've had a long career, you've made a lot of money, you should be very financially stable. For you to want to spend money at such a clip, and LA is a place set up, at least as far as the socializing party world, it's for billionaires, frankly. I mean, people get into want to have, adults having birthday parties that cost, $100,000, in a daily lifestyle of shopping and, multiple luxury cars, and just your life is just all entertainment, expensive entertainment. And he was stealing from children whose parents were killed in accidents, amongst many other kind of people. So there's $500 million in claims against his law firm. I don't know if there's money they didn't pay out or money they didn't pay out plus penalties and damages or whatever. So Erica Jane was distancing herself from him at a serious clip because she was at the edge of being charged as well. Because if you're a spouse, definitely a case could be made that, well, you would be aware of your husband's income, and just the amount of money that was spent on her might have been exceeding what he should have been earning. So as of now, she's escaped his charges. Now, Girardi declined precipitously in the last few years. As he looks now, he's in a nursing home. He's in conservatorship. She's divorced him. Now, he's supposed to get married for better or for worse, but of course, she didn't sign up for the for worse part because she's a bad person. Untalented people who spend millions of dollars to try to get attention in the music or film industry or something are bad people. I don't like them.
Can you set the record straight for us? Did Erica know anything? Everybody wants to know.
I think she does.
Let's go. Thank you, Tom.
She knew, to me, I feel like she probably knew he was stealing from orphans to buy her jewelry. She didn't care. She, again, for now, has escaped any charges. Tom Girardi, day after his 86th birthday, they just gave him 7 years. Now, he really probably wasn't, mobsters that decline end up not going to prison, like people that do really bad stuff, and Girardi's in bad shape, but I think the legal system, like to be someone given special privileges, you're a lawyer, and to steal millions of dollars from people that had it coming due to major tragedies in their life is really the most predatory. I mean, it's like one step up from child molest. You know, you're a horrible, horrible human being, and all for what? So that you can blow money fast, playing big shot in L.A., financing your wife's stupid music career, making sure she's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This need for ego gratification. Look at me, I'm on TV. It's sick.
Do you have anything to say to your victims, Tom?
Everybody got everything. I don't even take a salary.
On his 86th birthday today, Tom Girardi repeated what he said at his sentencing. His clients got everything, despite a jury finding otherwise. Last summer, convicting Girardi of stealing more than $15 million from clients, and now a judge sentencing him to 7 years in prison.
He promised he'd make my life whole again, and he never did.
Josie Hernandez testified Girardi cheated her out of millions she should have gotten because of a bad medical device. The judge pointing to victims like Hernandez as one reason she rejected the defense argument that Girardi should stay at his nursing home because of what the defense called mild to moderate dementia.
I think he should have gotten a longer term for all of the pain and suffering that he's caused so many people.
People like her that just weasel their way into getting a certain amount of fame purchased for them so they can feel important is really disgusting. It's a type of sociopathy, seems to be more prevalent in women. I don't know what this need for attention is. It really drives a lot of what goes on in social media. It's a big thing in LA, but it's a big thing in America. It's just much more concentrated, and you see stories like this. So lawyers are they're the glue of the criminal underworld. Like when you bribe a judge, you don't bribe a judge. There's a certain handful of lawyers in any city that have certain relationships with certain judges. And if the lawyer trusts you, he takes some money and he talks to the judge. There is no bribing a judge. Trust me, I know how that works because I know people that bribe judges, federal judges. We ain't gonna get into all that, but yeah. So I just thought that was a interesting, highly weird, the dark side of just obsessive materialism. You know, stealing money to do that kind of stuff. And listen, anyone is spending money, playing big shot is fun. I mean, I'll do anything on that level. I mean, I've done different little stuff. It's fun. It's when you first have access to some money and all that. But if you're able to continue, that's why I know Diddy is a sick person. If for 10, 20, 30 years, in case of Erica Jane, 20 years, in case of Diddy, 30 years, if orchestrating your whole life around attention to yourself, massive parties, keeping yourself famous, that's a sickness. Like, you should get tired of like, people age out of that. Now, I understand if you're the life of the party, maybe, the fun of it lasts a lot longer. But, how many times can you go shopping? I mean, I burned out on a lot of that stuff quick, and I wasn't spending millions of dollars, but
The judge said the 7 years she gave was on the lower end of sentencing guidelines because of Girardi's age and cognitive decline.
It's not as much as we asked for, but we respect the judge and the sentence, and look, I think for him this effectively could be a life sentence.
Not in the courtroom today was Girardi's estranged wife Erica Jane, one of the stars of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, whom the judge noted benefited from Girardi's stolen millions and lifestyle at country clubs and private jets. During the hearing, Hernandez said watching Jane on TV has worsened the pain caused by Jane's estranged husband.
He really played emotionally with our minds and our hearts, and caused a lot of problems during the whole entire ordeal.
My reaction is God is the real judge. I just pray that he repents and accepts Christ.
Girardi was ordered to pay more than $2 million in restitution and has been ordered to report to prison authorities by July 17th. We reached out to Erica Jane, but have not yet heard back.
I drove him to work, and I told him I loved him. And he said, "Thanks, hon," like I was an employee.
Oh, thanks, hon. Turned around and walked into the firm. And, it's the last I've seen of him.
I went home and started putting everything in the moving van.
But these are the people that are the most corrosive to the functioning of society. I mean, if you can't trust a lawyer to simply disperse the money that the corporations are made to pay out for killing people, for giving people cancer, and it takes this long to uncover it because it's complicated. Scary to know there's people like that out there. You know, and also Tom Girardi, his need for attention, to be married to Erica Jane, and that adds to his, I'm sure he was someone who liked the attention he got at social events and etc. And she added to that, and he would appear on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And there's people that aspire to these lifestyles, and it's sick, if you ask me. So where does Erica Jane go from here? Seems like her reputation is in tatters. I doubt if she'll be able to get another rich sucker of his caliber. She ain't 28 no more, and she has this bad cloud hanging over her, as she should. She was refusing, like when they were trying to recover some of the money, she was refusing to give back jewelry to be auctioned off that had clearly been bought with stolen money. Bad person. Our Prophet American Dope, highly weird edition.